Shalum Shalum, family. It's Yahoo and Gidget, Road Dog. She's been doing great out here. She got into her first little heat, so she had probably 3 days of this whole new adventure, being in the truck, 14 hours, and jumping out in strange places every time you get out. She took to it though, she took to it just like she was made for it. And then she went into heat, so she's got all these changes in her environment, and then she's got all these changes in her body, but she's an absolute Baruk unto me. No, don't chew on that. Don't chew on your little harness. I'll take it off for now. Take this off. So we're stranded, so to say. Not broken down stranded, I'll tell you a little bit. But I really also wanted to just see how the sound was going to be with this fan on, because I'm not going to just run the truck the whole time. So I'm trying to run this fan. I do have some background music here, but I was really thinking about spending some time doing a reading in the Book of Giants, because, like I said, I'm stranded here. See, today's the pagan day, Saturday, so we got all day today, all day tomorrow, and then Abba willing, on Monday I can get a load. Because despite all my efforts, I was striving. I called my dispatcher probably a total of half a dozen times. I emailed my dispatcher probably 10 times. And I refreshed the app on my phone. I'm not even playing, you guys, 500 times. Just kept looking and looking. I started looking on Thursday. I looked on all day on Friday. All the way. I did see loads, and I would try to contact my dispatcher and they'd be gone, because I can't self-dispatch unless I'm 250 miles away from Goshen. So I couldn't grab those. My only recourse was to tell my dispatcher. And I've been listening to some drivers saying, hey look, the board is where the overflow loads go. The best way to get in on a load is to get with your dispatcher about it in advance. And in my dispatcher's defense, I will say that there were a few loads to New Jersey that were mentioned to me. But also, I was told that there would be more loads that were going to come in the second part of the day. And I figured, well, that will be fine. As long as I get dispatched on Friday, I can pick it up even on Monday. So I would have probably... I've done it different ways. I've hitched up the unit and then taken a shower and then headed out, or I've grabbed a shower and then hitched up and headed out. And I would do it in the fourth watch, just get going. So I know I'm rambling, and for all I know, you can't hear me because of the fan. I need to test that. But all that to say, despite all my best efforts and trying to be a Taub steward, work heartily unto Yahuah, Abba's will was that I did not get alone. And I know He has His purposes, and His purposes are higher than my understanding. I know what His revealed will is. I know what He shows me by His Ruach, but some things are not given for me to know right away. I do know that I'm being forged and refined, and I need to not be anxious about my ability to provide for my family, but it means so much to me that it breaks me down, and I wrestle with proving myself and not being a failure, being called a loser. Now I know that a lot of this comes from our childhood traumas and what shapes us and how we've been sort of raised up. Now you found a tag to. Let me show you something. I got something that you can chew on. Where is it? Sorry guys, 1 second. My baby girl's chewing on the tag to her blanket. This is what I can chew on. And I will get you a chew too in a little bit. She's such a Baruk. Anyway, it is a type of personal struggle. Maybe a lot of you males out there can relate to that as husbands, as fathers, especially in the world, the beast system, where everything's being constricted and restrained and tightened down, and the fleecing of the lambs, as Baruk Atah Yahuah, my beloved brother, says. That's exactly right. They're squeezing us. We're squeezed in on all sides, but not completely crushed. Yahuah keeps on coming through, and he keeps on providing, and he keeps on making a way. And, I know I got all these big bills coming, and I already have a steer that's on hold that I need $2,500 for, and I got to pay $2,000 to a family member who loaned me money. And meanwhile, my bank account is under $1,000, and I am sitting here and unable to work, even though I'm willing to work. You see what I mean? This is a lot of pressure, and it just keeps. I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone. I'm just sharing. And you can share with me. I will pull off for you, and you can pull off for me. I've been saying for a while that that we could get together, that we could dwell together and combine our resources, because the beast is going to only just keep ramping it up. It's just going to increase. War, famine, plague, pestilence, it's all just going to keep on increasing. The amount of unaliving that's happening, we don't even really understand, because they control all of the media. Media is a goddess. Okay? You better wake up. You better make sure you realize that. I do watch the news to see what they're trying to tell the people. I watch the comms, so to say. I don't believe that. I don't believe them. I don't believe in the events that they present to us. The whole world is a stage, they say, and it's true. Okay? And there's a very ancient wisdom that's pulling the strings behind all these fools. Let me go and see how this sounds, and if it sounds okay, then I may look to get the laptop out and go into a reading and a commentary on the Book of Giants. Baruk Atah Yahuah.